5 color shadow. Yeah, I like it. Opponent's going first, and at this point, I'm not sure what they're on. And as soon as I see that, I'm like, oh, okay, it's on at least Jund Shadow. And I don't get to see what they see here. Now, the reason I play this first is because I do not, I don't want them to know that I really need these to be able to tap for colored mana. And I want to do a first turn discard if I can. They didn't do a first turn discard. They went for an untapped blue mana, so that told me that they had Stubborn Denial in hand. So I really need to do a first turn discard to get rid of that Stubborn Denial because I want this bridge to go. If they don't have discard now, and if I can somehow make it to have a bridge very quickly, I'll be okay. Of course, I go for the Inquisition first. It might have been better to go for the Thoughtseize because they don't really run any cards that are over 4 anyways. So I think, yeah, Thoughtseize was probably the correct play here, which is really weird because you almost always go Inquisition first. Thoughtseize would have been correct in order to, to lure out that denial. It's going to get countered anyways. Yep, there's the Tarmogoyf. And now I go for the discard. The only card that matters, so long as they don't get discard next turn, I land a bridge, I'm good. So the only card that matters is Lily. So here comes a whole heck of a lot of damage. And I know that it's probably safe to start blind milling them as quickly as possible, because I'm about to get a bridge in play. Yep, Street Wraith, and milling them like crazy. Now, it was probably correct to use this on myself and not them, but I just want to make sure that they're top. And I know that they got a Street Wraith, so what I'm looking to do here is mind game my opponent and look at their top card. If it's a dead card, try to mill it anyways to fool my opponent into using up their Street Wraith. Now, what's funny is it ends up being a Street Wraith on top. So I still do it though. It's basically making my opponent pay 2 life for nothing. And sure enough, they go for it, then they draw us a Street Wraith. So I go for the discard first to make sure that there's no counters. There's nothing really to grab. Yeah. They go for another Street Wraith. That's 3 of the 4. And I'm saving this. They don't know that I have this, and this could, if they keep paying life, I could kill them. I get the whir back, because there's a couple of things I want to do here. Either I can whir for a needle, because I know they got Street Wraith, and if they don't Street Wraith in response, I needle both of them. They got dead cards in hand. Or if they do Street Wraith in response, I can whir for a lantern and cut them off of any more action. Now I want to discard first to make sure my whir is going to happen. And I do the life drain, of course. And this is where I try to lure out the Street Wraith. Unfortunately, they get a Stubborn Denial off of it. So, oh well. Now they have so few cards in the deck that matter. Again, I'm just holding cards here because I know I don't have to worry about anything. Again, hold my discard, make sure the path is clear for my bridge. Go ahead and needle. Put it on Lily. I'm pretty sure they only run 2 Lily, but I put it on Lily anyways, just in case. Again, I should probably use this on myself, but they can't cast Thoughtseize. Oh yeah. So I look at their top card and they accidentally reveal a card, and then I say it's okay. Well, then they put it back because they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to see it," and then they reshuffle to put another card on top. What the crap, dude? And then they reveal again, and I'm like, you know what? Fine, stubborn denial is okay too. And an opponent concedes. So game two. Actually, this is kind of game three because game two, the opponent, I guess, missed sideboarded. They're like, oh wait, let me go back. I forgot to sideboard a card, and my opener was amazing. It was like a ley line and a lock. I was like, yeah, this is great. But they quit out and they're like, oh yeah, I forgot to sideboard. I missed sideboard, and I was like, fine. So we close out, open up a new game, and instead this is what I get. This is still pretty good. Because I can't turn one Thoughtseize, which is unfortunate, but I figure I have an Academy Ruins, so I can still get stuff back if I need it. Yay, top deck a bridge. And I want to play out the Pixis, because Pixis will allow me to get cards underneath Stubborn Denial, and it'll mill without putting Ancient Grudge in the graveyard. And it'll get a mill without making Tarmogoyfs bigger. And yeah, we don't get to see that card. I play out the Bell anyways, just because next turn, if they discard this, then I can still whir. Or at least try. So yeah, they go. Now they get the bridge, but I have Academy Ruins, so things are still okay. So my plan here, I play this. I can't whir for a bridge anyways, which is what I want to whir for if I'm gonna whir. So my plan here is the opponent attacks, I'll put bridge on top, makes it so that there's not an artifact in the graveyard, Tarmogoyf goes back down. And then there's two things I could do. I have 5 lands. I'm only 2 away from popping Pixis, so I could put bridge underneath Pixis, pop Pixis, put it into play without having to worry about discard. Or I can just draw bridge and play it and draw out the counter. And it's this. They don't have a hard. They don't. It's not a hard counter yet. So in response, I put bridge on top. So I just take 6 damage. Now again, this is not a hard counter anymore. So I play it out, and I have the 1 mana untapped for Stubborn Denial if they got it, which they do, but like, I guess. So Inquisition, there goes my whir, unfortunately. But still using Pixis. Yeah, grab the Traverse because Stubborn Denial doesn't matter. And building up the mana to get the Pixis if I need it. Now notice I am not milling into their graveyard at all because of that. I know they probably have Ancient Grudge or something like that. And there's a ley line on top, which is great. Now they will have the was that, Ferocious, because of their Mishra's Bauble. Yep. Yeah. So here, there's I know that my opponent doesn't have any threats in hand. So even if they answer bridge, now that I have decay, I can decay their Tarmogoyf and be good to go. So now I start milling them as well to get rid of their creature. And I don't have to destroy it yet. So I want to get rid of that decay. They pop a fetch in response to save it. Now they could have Inquisition, but I just decay in response. And I do need to get rid of this thing. I'm not worried about Ceremonious Rejection. I mean, at this point, the game is set. And opponent concedes.